Good morning and welcome to Bountiful Technologies STEM Educational Robotics Virtual Labs. Bountiful Technologies was founded in 2013 and we are in partnership with Verse Robotics. We are also in partnership with Bountiful STEM Education Foundation. We have come out with this virtual STEM labs to help our customers while they are at home so that they will be engaged with the various aspects of STEM education. Today, I have with me Mr. Seth Ogo Eyim, who is the Executive Director of Bountiful Technologies and a Senior Certified Robotics Instructor. I have with me Roland Peku, who is a Senior Certified Robotics Instructor, and my name is Stephen Ahin. I'm also a Senior Certified Robotics Instructor, and I'll be taking you through the lessons today. Feel free to ask any question. If you want to ask question, just unmute your audio and ask your question. After you have finished asking your question, you mute your audio and then you listen to us for explanations to your questions. We'll begin with submission of our previous assignment. I gave you an assignment on to find what 5 senses do humans have and how do they help us. So those who have finished, this is how you are going to submit the work. You write your name, your age, your school on top of your work, and you take a picture of it and send it to the WhatsApp number on the screen, 0264504216, 0264504216. Today we'll start with a review of our previous lesson. In our previous lesson, we discussed about the types of simple machines, and we learned that we have 6 basic types of simple machines. They are lever, pulley, wedge, wheel and axle, inclined plane, and screw. They are lever, pulley, wedge, wheel and axle, inclined plane, and pulley. And we learn about different examples in those. Because I've given you as an exercise, I'm not going to talk about that, but when we finish the exercise, then we'll do a correction on the exercise where we talk about the examples of the various types of simple machines. But today, what we are going to discuss today is basically on human brain versus robot brain. We learned that a robot is what? A robot comprises of different types of simple machines that come together, and when you program it, it becomes a robot. So that means that without programming the simple machines, it can't perform the work as a robot. So what makes a robot? What makes a simple machine to be a robot? Simple machine becomes a robot when we add a brain to it and we program it. So we want to talk about the human brain. We want to talk about so this is our learning outcome. Students will be able to identify the functions of the human brain. What are the functions of the human brain? Students will be able to identify the functions of the robot brain. We're going to learn about the functions of the robot brain. And then students will be able to identify the relationship between the human brain and the robot brain. What do they have in common? Why should a robot have a brain? So this is a picture of the human brain. This is how the human brain looks like. But we are not going to go into details about the parts of the human brain. We are just going to learn about the functions of the human brain. And from the screen, say that the human brain is the control center of your body. That is, whatever the body does is being controlled by the brain. Before you wake up, it's being controlled by the brain. When you walk, your walking is being controlled by the brain. When you eat, your eating is being controlled by the brain. It is constantly dealing with hundreds of messages from the world around you and from your body and telling your body what to do. So the brain processes a lot of messages at a time, hundreds, millions of messages at a time. and it tell your body what to do. It get the message from your senses. That's the seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, and touching. So that's what the brain does. It gets the message from our senses. Our senses pick information from the environment, like seeing. Your eye will see something, and the eye, the sense of sight will send the information to the brain for the brain to process the information. You smell something. When you smell something, the sense of smell will send the information to the brain for the brain to process it. And what helps the sense of sight, the sense of smell, sense of hearing to send information to the brain are called the nerve cells. So the message travels from these senses through the nerve cell to the brain. And when it gets to the brain processes it and sends it to other parts of the body. So before someone will walk, the sense of sight should have observed something, and it will send information to the brain. The brain will process it, and the brain will give command to the legs for the legs to walk. So that is how the brain works. The same applies to the robot brain. The robot brain also functions the same way as the human brain. So since the human brain is the control center of the body, the robot brain is also the control center of the body. So whatever the robot does is being controlled by the robot brain. If a robot will move, it is being controlled by the robot brain. If a robot will raise the arm, it is being controlled by the robot brain. So that is how the robot brain functions. So the robot brain, it has ports that connect to the senses. So the senses would pick information from the environment, and it will send it to the robot brain. The robot brain will process it and send it to the motors for the motors to function. So the similarity between the robot brain and the human brain is that they are all control center of the body and the brain respectively. Whatever the body does is being controlled by the brain, and whatever the robot does is being controlled by the robot brain. Thank you very much. We'll pause here and we'll pick a few questions from you. If you have questions, feel free and ask. Thank you very much.